is AP Gaming Real. If I've done everything correctly, everything should be correct on your screen. I know that sounds like a tautology, but that's because it is. This is episode 9 of On the Tabletop. I'm joined by these wonderful people. What I did in the last week was get a lot of shit from people once again, but it's fine. This time, I deserve it. Actually, most of the times I deserve it. But let us recall what happened last week. During the outros, Cotton congratulated me at how well disciplined all these players were at introducing each other. I was swelling with pride that wasn't deserved because I have nothing to do with their ability to do that, and I forgot to pass it off to Mick. I am the chain of failure. It's true. Over the last week, Mick has been super mean to me. He said that I'm the weakest link. I'm easily replaceable. I believe that he's intending on kicking me off the show and having Cotton replace me as the GM, who will also make art while GMing. So good luck with that, Cotton.
I'm super excited for that.
By the way, Cotton is arting for us tonight.
Yay!
So we'll see how that goes, yo. I've never seen Cotton make art before, so we're all experiencing this together. I've seen the end product many times. It's fantastic. It's good stuff. Speaking of things that are fantastic and good stuff, I want to start this week by throwing it to Mick. But before I do, I want to mention that if everyone successfully throws it to someone else and we end correctly, I will reward the players. Mick, it's your intro now.
I'm Mick Comiker. I do art on Twitch and post it semi-frequently to Instagram. I am Mick Comiker at both places, MCCOMICKER. I play Mortrick on the show, who is easily the most level-headed, introspective, and mild-mannered of our characters. And probably, in-game character best friends with the easily most racist member of the group, Cazador White Knuckle, who's played by Connor Hughes.
That's right. That's me. Except for that's Kaz, and he's not, in fact, the racist member of the group. In fact, it's me that's spread out in this group, and in fact is Mortrick. So I deny all allegations of racism.
That makes you sound like a racist. That's something a racist would say.
It's probably true. Yeah, it's also something a racist wouldn't say. Yeah, my name is Connor Hughes. I'm here on Twitch at twitch.tv/Connor Hughes. You could also, if you are so inclined, check out our fantastic Kickstarter that's going on right now for White Ash Volume 1, which is the first trade paper, or actually it's a hardback book of our first 4 issues of White Ash, which is the comic that I stream on my channel. We're almost at 20K, so if anyone feels inclined tonight to send that over to 20K, that'd be absolutely fantastic. Otherwise, please check it out at Kickstarter, and it's, if you search Kickstarter and White Ash Volume 1, you'll find it there. And Bearded, what's up with you?
What's up, guys? I'm Bearded Jalapeno. You can find me in all your social medias like Twitter, Instagram, Twitch. Haven't been twitching recently, been doing a lot of work, but gonna get back into that pretty soon. Other than that, haven't really done much. What about you, Shep Home?
Everyone, hi there. I'm Planet Chaos on Twitch, so you can find me as Planet Chaos Art. The Chaos is with a K. You can find me on Instagram, Planet Chaos _art. And my new news is that I'm in negotiations with a fellow who's a game designer, and it looks like we're going to go forward with a game design. I expect it to take this next year, and he's taking care of the mechanics and some of the creative. I'm going to take care of the art and some of the creative, and as soon as I know more, I'll be passing it on to you guys.
That sounds awesome.
Over to Cotton.
Hi, I'm Cottontail. I doodle. I don't have any new news, which is probably good because usually my news isn't great news.
And
I remember last week AP mentioned that like your car broke down, your dog died, your house got hit by an asteroid, and possibly something else happened.
They
Minor
find dead
importance?
bodies in the swamp near.
Dead bodies in the swamp. Yeah, yeah.
None of those things happened this week.
I'd say that's a good week.
Look,
It's
here's the
paper.
thing though. When you say that you have a good week, and then I see on the news that there's some meteors coming near the Earth, I get really worried.
I wouldn't worry about meteors. I would worry that the whole state of most of the state of Nebraska is just flooded.
Oh, you're in Nebraska?
Yeah, but I am not.
I am so sorry for you.
My town
Wow.
is completely fine. Everywhere around me is not so fine.
Well, that's good. I mean, not for the other people, but for you.
Yeah, there's a lot of the relief trucks actually come through my town now. They're like just sitting out in different places. You can like go donate stuff.
Oh, nice.
Cause we're fine while everybody else is not so fine.
Do you have any survivor guild complex?
I kind of do because my town is built between two rivers, and we're just fine. And places that are supposed to be dry are just like oceans.
I mean, maybe you just didn't really deserve the luck that you got.
Oh my goodness. Don't do this. Don't do that.
You know, the comiker's rubbing off on you, Connor.
Oh, he really. I made him a comic-like joke today on stream. Yeah,
Yeah.
really.
Oh, damn it, I missed it.
Did it go
Yeah.
over well?
Well, no one really responded, so
Yeah, that's about.
that's a
No,
neutral.
Closed the tab and he was like, no, I'm done watching this guy. Nope, I'm
If I
out.
wanted this, I'd watch Nick.
right. I get a half, like a watered down Nick. Yeah.
That's all I have for my intro though, so I'll pass it to AP.
Well, I guess I technically did part of my intro before, but I will take it because I got some things to announce. First off, you might have noticed if you're watching live that there was a different overlay setup. So I'm working on doing stream improvements on all of my shows. Unfortunately, On the Tabletop is the last one I'm doing. By next week, there may be some small changes. The bigger change that's more important to the show is that we now have the D&D Beyond Twitch extension. So if you're watching live, it's enabled.
Yeah,
Just,
that's pretty cool.
Yeah, mouse over on the screen and click the little D&D logo, and you'll be able to call up all of the characters that are on the show, including Lilwyn and Hal this week, until they leave or are, in Hal's case, just probably murdered by Cazador in the night and then kicked into the harbor.
That's how I
Really
saw it.
tempting.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't think I would be opposed to it at this point because Hal is dangerously close to being just as effective as I am.
That is not
What a
great for
reason
you.
to kill
Yeah.
someone.
Oh, do I not have a picture for more trick? Hold on, I can do one up real quick.
Look at this guy. Last minute work. I'm
You
sure
can
it'll end up
select-
looking beautiful too, like a masterpiece. I'm just over here before the stream, spent like an hour drawing out a town, and then I was like, oh god, I can't believe the stream's about to start. I literally spent an hour on this town, and it's straight up trash.
Start somewhere.
Planet Chaos is dual streaming with us, so again, if you want to watch the battle map or all the other stuff that's going on, you can jump over on his stream as well using multi-twitch, or if you're watching on YouTube, you can pull up his YouTube as well and watch us both at the same time. Because I'm not going to show you the battle map. I'm going to show you what Cotton's drawing. We're going to super zoom in on it. We're going to see everything about it. Look at these teeth right here. Look
So good. It's Runa, and I love it.
So, what else to announce? New overlay is coming. There was something that was important. Oh, right. You guys all have inspiration tonight. So
Is that what we get for successfully round robin?
that is. So inspiration is before any roll. You can declare that you're going to use your inspiration. It will give you advantage, which means if you have disadvantage, you roll normally. And if you have no circumstances, it means you roll 2 dice and take the better of the 2. So save it for some time that's very important, like when you're about to get wrecked at a bard duel or death saving throw.
Excellent. Okay, so that's a one
You're
shot.
never living that down, Nick. That's internet famous.
I mean, look, he's famous in Havens for inciting a bar duel and then walking away. So that's what I've got. Of course, I'm a streamer and I stream here, so But if you're watching this, you probably already know that. Let me mark down the time so the people on YouTube will know where to skip to in order to get this game kicked off. Cotton doesn't know what your characters look like. Maybe the audience needs a small reminder, but I also feel like it's a great time to just give yourself a moment to maybe describe how your characters have grown. So let's start. Let me outline it real quick. We'll start by describing our characters and what they look like, and then we'll start by describing what your plan was from last week. Because if I recall correctly, you all landed in Havens, got into some trouble, got some crime done. Rick Jax is now tattooed up and is a guest member of the Elven Yakuza. Runa has become an incredibly good arm wrestler and drinker. Kazdor and Mortrick have kidnapped a princess who's also a mouse. And now everyone has agreed to join the resistance forces to overthrow the evil chancellor, who may not be evil, but Mortrick says that he is, so probably everyone will believe it.
Yeah, he's super evil.
So Mortrick, who are you? What do you look like? What can you tell us about yourself?
I'm Mortrick Egan Handlespar. A son of a wealthy sire in a small Midwest fantasy village who successfully failed his way through a small Midwest community bard college. He's a little too tall, a little too thin, favors loose pants, tight shirts, and his Letterman shawl that he is rarely seen without.
Kazdor, what do you look like?
Kaz is a stout dwarf. He started out this journey kind of a little bit more emaciated. He sort of had been running on fumes for about 50 years or so. Which will do that. But now that he's been hanging with this kind of with his crew and feels a little bit more of a direction in his efforts. He's been eating better, taking care of himself. Now he's got some pretty rockin' plate armor, and yeah.
He constantly tries to drown in.
I mean, he's definitely not inclined to be going anywhere near water anymore. Yeah, he's got sort of shortish hair. I mean, I have looking at a drawing that we did of him last time, and he's got some shortish hair up top with the braid, and yeah, he's having a good time. Bearded.
So Runa is a 6'5" athletic build Ganassi monk. So she doesn't have a lot of armor. It's mainly just ceremonial dress or outerwear. She's got like rock-like skin since she's an Earth Ganassi, but also has small tusks on her teeth there from her orc heritage. She has sort of like wiry hair that she curls into like little tubes and has purple to pink grape along her hair. And yeah, and she has to travel with 4 dudes.
I mean, you don't have to travel with Hal. You guys can drop him anytime.
Why does everybody want to drop Hal? Stop fucking with Hal.
I like Hal.
I like Hal.
Look, if there's one thing I have consistently done, not just on this stream, but throughout my entire life, it is to give relatable, well-liked secondary characters to the party and then torture and slaughter them in front of the players in order to incite rage. Rage.
That sounds like
It looks like Kazdor is going to beat me to it.
So they're all Agent Coulson, is what you're saying.
Oh man, this was before Agent Coulson. I've been doing this for the better part of 2 decades. Look, Rick Jax, I feel like maybe you're the character that's changed the most since the beginning.
I think Rick Jax is still finding himself, but I would agree that he's probably done some changing. So,
I mean, you literally have a giant tattoo on your left arm now, but
which I still have to draw up. So I was looking up celestial dragons. Yeah, I was looking up celestial dragons, trying to figure out how to do that.
Does he wear like rip-off sleeves on his shirt now?
He should, right?
Yeah, he's the Marisha Ray of.
Oh, my God.
So so Rick Jax is a deep gnome, so he's got some gray, basically gray skin. He's a short guy, about 3.5, I think. I think he's 120-ish because they're pretty stocky for gnomes. One book says 120, another book says less. He's a dual wielding fighter, so he likes to fight with 2 weapons. And recently, somewhere along the line, either he's done it off screen or we'll do it in game somewhere, but he's building a mock flintlock of some sorts because he's going to use that as the appearance for the casting of his cantrips. So all part of trickery.
You're gonna pretend to have created a cannon of some sorts, and then you're gonna be like, haha, blasting ray, and then it'll be like laser gun.
Yeah.
Gonna be fantastic.
That's exactly
Man,
it.
you're gonna be able to fool villagers and no one else. Like literally anyone who has ever seen a cantrip before is gonna be like,
Yeah, it's a cantrip.
yeah, mate,
Yep. That's right.
that was definitely scorching ray I saw right there.
Yeah. But I wanted the visual effect. So
Yeah, well, I mean, it'll definitely be visually.
yeah. I wanted Eldritch Blast, but it couldn't make it happen without too much sacrifice. So he's got a couple cantrips, the Firebolt and the Ray of
Wizards even
Frost.
take Eldritch Blast?
There's a feat that would allow me to take it, but it still uses charisma. So, and I have like 10 charisma, so it's useless to me.
You got it.
Yeah. So that's what he looks like. Short guy, soft leathers, and recently he grew out his silver or white mustache and goatee.
Interesting.
After Connor drew it.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, that's
Art-
a good excuse, though.
Life
Right?
imitates art.
Right? Or does
Right.
art imitate light?
Oh, I guess I have one more thing to catch up on. 2 more. I forgot during the intros. First is that Cotton and I were on a show last week called Entertain Me, where I bring people under GM for me. I was in full outfit. I had a cat hoodie on with some cat ears. I played a complete jackass, and Cotton played someone who wasn't a complete jackass. It was rough. It was rough for her, not for me. It's very easy for me, jackass. But yeah,
took it in stride, though. I would say. I mean, everyone was pretty not shocked by your behavior whatsoever.
Look, there is a thing where my audience seems to think I only play ruthless sociopaths when I am a player. It hurts that that's their opinion, since I played many fine characters, but that's the ones that they like. The second thing is I'm going to try to make cameras better next week, but I do not anticipate success. Now, if I'm recalling, you guys had a complicated plan to split into multiple groups. One group would go to the dinner party you were invited to, and the other group would sneak into the palace, the Eastern Palace wherein the royal family lives.
I do remember some of that.
I mean, look, if this is not the plan you want to go with, now is the time to discuss it, because now
I believe
is the discussion.
Runa, Kaz, and Mortrick were going to waltz in the front door like they own the place and attend this banquet. And Lilowin was going to lead Rick Jax through devious and unknown passages into the castle in an attempt to find the flute.
I would like to point out, she said a couple times she only knows passages through the castle and not into the castle.
Right. And which is why Mortrick is thinking that she should go in still incognito and he should be the only one going to the banquet, but was overruled.
The banquet of only elves, right?
That's correct.
Right.
Right.
But I'm pretty sure they're going to play the flute at the banquet and brainwash anyone who goes. However, Mortrick believes he is immune to such witchcraft due to his strong sense of self and
You have a good will score then? You got a good saving throw?
oh yeah, he thinks it's the best.
How good is it in actuality?
It's not.
Yeah, it's not
Well,
great.
let me just pull it up on D&D Beyond.
Beyond.
I'm gonna go over
If
to
you
my stream.
Clearly, mouse over, click on Mortrick. His wisdom is only a +1.
That is That's not great. Do you have proficiency in that particular skill set?
I don't believe that is one of his saving throws. No, it is not.
That is.
I do have a wait. Would that be a charisma or a wisdom?
It
But
is.
he has shown himself to be very wise in all of the episodes.
Yeah, I mean, he's never made a bet. All of his plans have worked out thus far. What does he have to worry about?
I can pull up the whole sheet, and you do not have proficiency in wisdom saving throws, so that's going to be very bad for you.
But he thinks.
But you believe it, yeah. I mean,
Yeah,
look,
yeah.
and as the Fae say, seeming is believing.
Yeah,
And
fake
seeming
until
as
you
be-
make it. How do you think he made it through college?
He didn't.
You didn't. You ran away from college and didn't get your degree yet.
But he thinks he made it through college. But yeah, so is that the plan we're going with, or do we want to?
All I'm saying is I'm gonna be very conspicuous in there.
Well, I think they're. I don't, fellas. I don't think they're expecting anyone other than us.
They're expecting a party.
Right.
They're
Which
expecting
is-
a party of
We're
adventurers.
expecting you two, but like a
Yeah.
party.
They don't know how big the
I
rest.
don't know how many of us there are.
That's true.
So by taking me, that could be considered a party in
The
the
party, yeah.
Luluin, what do you mean by not into but through? What's through? So you can't get into the palace. Is that what it is?
There's secret passages in the palace. I don't know if any of them technically lead outside or inside, but from room to room.
So we have to first get in, and then you can sneak around.
First get in, yes.
Okay. So in order to get in through the front door, if we all went in, then you two might siphon off, unnoticed potentially, and be able to flank.
Can you transform other people into mice, or just you?
Just me.
You can't like transform yourself into a mouse, can you, Rick Jacks?
No, I can do an illusion. No, I can't.
Well,
I
and
don't
they're
have anything
elves,
good for
they're
disguise yet.
resistant,
I've heard deep gnomes can be quite have quite the capacity to stealthily blend into stone. Is that?
Oh, so just because you know a deep gnome who can do
Yeah.
that, suddenly all deep gnomes are
I'm just
capable of
saying
this?
I've heard that that's what they can do. I'm asking if that's me.
Yes,
Power medium size very
I-
heavily.
I can meld with stone. If that is that something that.
Is it a
If
stone
it comes
castle?
into place. Yeah. So to answer your question,
No,
yes,
so
I'm
all
very
the buildings
stealthy.
around here are made out of wood.
All right. Of course.
That's not gonna work.
Even the castle. Okay.
Yeah.
But I am pretty darn stealthy. So
Mm-hmm. I say we go in through the front door, and if we get an opportunity to separate, we can. Otherwise,
So is Rick Jacks coming with us?
yes.
that's
But
what-
we all have to go in
Luluin-
through the front door.
Well, Lilywin, when we saw you earlier and you were a mouse, were you like in the castle or were you already outside of the castle?
That was outside.
So we don't know like if she goes in and like we certainly don't want to like waltz through the front door with her.
Well,
I
she'll be
mean,
in
unless we're
disguise.
looking at collecting this reward money, which let's keep that on the table. Is what I'm saying.
Oh.
Why are we keeping that on the table?
Because we want to have options. It's always important to have options. That way, your plan can change at a moment's notice.
So
you're-
one of your options is going to be to turn me in.
I mean, we just met you, all right? Like, I've stabbed dogs before. Turning someone in is not.
That's horrible.
My
I
lady,
know, right?
my lady, we're not going to be turning you in, no matter what Mordrick says.
So- Real quick,
Sometimes you could have too many plans and they get stabbed on a bridge.
I'm not doing that plan.
real quick, I just wanted to clarify something because it had confused me a couple times. So I just went ahead and downloaded the Elemental Evil Companions Guide. Runa does not have the Merge with Stone ability. Earth Ganassi have an ability called Merge with Stone that allows
Right.
pass
Which
without trace.
Pass
You don't
without
have to be on stone to use it.
Oh,
You can just cast Pass Without a Trace that gives you a +10 to stealth checks.
gotcha.
And any number of people, is it?
Yeah. I believe so.
So it's concentration. It's for 1 hour, and any number of people within 30 feet of you, and they have to stay within that 30 feet.
Oh wow.
Which is why I was kind of like, hey, I could do the sneaky thing.
You
Yeah.
are considerably skilled at being sneaky. It creates a veil of silence around you and shadow.
So do we go in with Rickjax and Runa can sneak in with Lilywin? So Lilywin, my question about your mouse thing is that when you're inside the castle, what are the odds they're going to be able to tell you're Lilywin and not actually a mouse?
Because she'll be with me.
Like, are they going to be able to see through the spell at all?
I don't think so. I mean, I fooled the guards earlier.
All right, then yeah. So we send Lilywin with Runa, and Rickjax is with us.
All right.
Sounds
And
stronger.
I guess
Yeah.
like if Kaz and I can cause a big enough distraction, Rickjax might be able to stealth out while everyone's looking the other direction.
We're certainly expert at that.
That's true. That's true.
Does Rickjax have any nice clothes?
I'll go. What's wrong with what I got?
No, I'm not saying there's anything wrong with it tactically.
There's
but
several things wrong with it. That is.
Yeah, there is. There's a lot of things wrong.
So
Not
let's
stylish
see.
at all.
Out of character, what clothes do we get from the tavern in Pirate's Water, and are they fancy clothes?
They were nice clothes.
Nice clothes. Okay.
That just like a changing shirt and such like that, you know.
And they might pass around here as
No.
So it's like a
You're
button-up,
going
but
to
you have
the
fancy
Elven
clothes.
King's feast.
Yeah. And you got a button.
Nice clothes are like a changing shirt, a nice white shirt. You know, it probably doesn't have any buttons or ties.
I'm wearing my Letterman shawl. I know that.
well.
I'm
I
gonna,
don't-
wear,
It's a piece of clothing I'm the most proud of.
I'm gonna wear the nice white dress that I got from the vendor.
I think if we go on as we are, we're going to be seen as what is it called? Cute.
Peasants.
Yes.
Yeah, peasants. Yeah, I mean, they're already going to be dismissive of us because if I've met any people that are as racist as dwarves, it's got to be elves.
Excuse me. That is super
Hal
racist.
turns to look at Mordrick and he is shocked.
So what I'm saying is, it doesn't matter what we wear, they're
All right.
going to be pretty about it.
So
makes me-
how about
Hal turns back towards you, Rick Jackson, is like, look, I'm sure that we can find something nice for you to wear for like 8 to 10 gold pieces in the town. If you've got several hours for a fitting.
What time is
I
it?
want to propose to the group. How about if Hal goes in with you two with more troops?
Hal's just like, oh no.
Yeah.
The magic flutes. Look, you guys still haven't told me what you all are doing.
Hal, you
Yeah,
can just
yeah,
enjoy
yeah.
the
Look,
party.
I might be a little loopy lately. I'm feeling kind of youthful, but I am not
Yeah,
crazy.
yeah. If Hal
You
doesn't
pay
know
me to
what we're
stay
doing,
with the wagon
yeah,
and look
yeah.
after the horse.
If he doesn't know, then when they torture him later for information, he can't give us away.
Yeah, okay.
Wait, why am I being tortured in this scenario?
I'm just
I like
saying, we got to keep our options open, Hal. We don't know what's going to happen.
Do we have a few hours for a fitting?
Oh yes, yeah. So it's sometime like 1 in the afternoon, and the party doesn't start until around
So
8.
let's send Rickjax to get some nice clothes. I'm gonna put on my like stealthy clothes.
What's
I guess
Casper
I'll
wearing?
go as well and get some
Okay.
clothes.
I have a set of fine clothes, so I'm going to wear that in my shawl.
All right.
FYI, Runa's really excited that we're dressing up.
Rick Jacks is
Finally.
not. He's gone all sullen.
I've been living in these clothes for I don't know how long.
They do need to be washed.
You can leave them with the bugbear innkeeper here if you would like your regular monkin robes to get a good washing.
Yeah, I'll probably do that.
Right? Yeah, he grunts at you. Ugh.
I also have like 4 other sets, so that's fine.
Do you leave all of the sets with him to get a good
No,
wash?
The other ones I just bought, they're nice.
Oh, right. Okay. So he like picks your clothes on. Ugh. Ugh. Smell like a goblin.
I know. Have you seen the companions I've traveled with?
This
Yeah.
is going to
Not
take
much,
extra.
not much room for
guy we had.
showering.
It's a good thing you came to me. I'm very trustworthy. I'm good with goblin smells.
Thank you.
We'll get the sea salt right out of it.
Wonderful.
So Rickjax, Cazador, you go with Hal to Atherd and Alaren's Emporium, the same clothing store where he bought Lillian's disguise. If you recall, she's now disguised as a human cleric of the god Wellwind, who is not an elven god. It is pretty happening in here. There are several attendants going around greeting new people, bringing them over to like a fainting couch, giving them like wine and cheese. When you come in, Hal is recognized and brought over. He's like reading all of the elven script around here and translating it to you guys. And a consultant comes over and is just like, "Hello, welcome." It's this tiny goblin wearing fancy elven style clothing, but for like someone half the size of an elf. Lots of lace at the sleeves, cufflinks. He's got 2 rings in his right ear and a gold tooth. So, gentlemen, you appear to be in need of anything at all. What even is that? Oh, my good friend Deep Gnome, that coat is covered in blood and sea salt. Is that your blood? I hope that's your blood.
I have lost track on whose blood it is.
Okay, you know what?
I need something suitable for tonight's party.
For tonight's party, which party?
What party? Is there only one party at night? For the one at the castle.
This is. Oh my goodness! You're going to the Eastern Palace?
That's what I'm told. Yes.
You're going to see the king and the chancellor?
Yes,
Let me tell you, the chancellor's been making such big moves lately. I can't believe the amount of money that's been flowing around the town. Everything's been getting better. I hear that the fleet is headed south. Oh, it's just been fantastic. Look, I can't send you in with anything less than the best clothing.
I think the best clothing sounds good. And in fact, if it goes over well at the party, I'll be sure to promote you and your business to everyone that I meet.
Oh, that would be excellent. My name is Ganache Goldtooth. It's not Ganache is my real name, but Goldtooth is kind of a trade name. So let's see if we can create a better you. And friend here, I have seen many dwarves. Mostly they tried to kill me during my time as a child. No trauma there, fair's fair between us, but few have had the kind of nobility that you radiate in your plate armor. Are you wearing that to the party?
Yes, I'll be wearing this to the party.
That's like, are you crazy?
Yes, I'll be wearing this to the party. So I'll be seeking a tabard, I believe is the word.
Oh, I certainly believe that we could get you a tabard. Do you have a family crest that you'd like displayed? I'm sure we could get something sewn up very quickly.
Yes, my name is Cazador White Knuckle.
White Knuckles! Oh, yeah. Not only do I know the crest, I'm pretty sure one of your cousins tried to kill me.
It's quite likely.
Oh, yes, he's come through. I would say maybe 7 years ago.
Okay.
I was very new here. I mean, it was like my 4th or 5th week, and he tried to stab me in the face. I think it was just nerves or something. I didn't take it personally.
That's good. You shouldn't. I mean, the goblins have done nothing but bad in our lands.
What? Well, I mean, dwarves have done nothing bad. Done nothing but bad in our lands, but I don't hold it against you.
It's quite all right.
Excellent. When you come to Havens, really everyone is welcome, as long as you're willing to be, presentable.
Well, that's what I'm here for.
Can I get someone to buff up your armor for you? It looks like it's been well cleaned, but maybe we could oil it. Maybe, paint some gilding on it or something like that. Maybe some silvering.
What kind of patterning are you suggesting?
Well, I was thinking kind of like crown molding. Lots of ridges to represent your dwarvenness.
That sounds acceptable.
Okay, all right. So between the two of you, separate bill or are you together?
Separate bill.
I see. All right. Well, for the tabard and the crown molding, it's going to cost 20 gold pieces. And for you, my good deep gnome, I believe that we can get you something fairly wearable for about 12 gold pieces.
I think I'll just take the tabard. How much would that be?
Okay. 10 gold.
Okay. Yes. Blink. I give him the 10 gold.
All right.
Excellent.
Agreed.
All right, Rick Jacks, this guy's got you looking at hats with feathers in them, trench coats, black silk shirts, with like something to help cover up your tattoo that runs all the way down to the hand, like black fingerless gloves.
It all sounds good. I like that trench coat.
The piece de resistance is essentially the elven version of silk hammer pants. These are all the rage within the world right now. You'll find them very easy to move in.
What are silk hammer pants? You mean
You've
like
never seen hammer? Like
you mean
from
MC Hammer? MC Hammer? Yeah. Actually,
yeah.
I think those would look fine. So, you know, that's
whatever he gets you, Rick Jacks is like, this looks amazing.
Rick Jacks is actually like, yeah, you know what? I have to admit, this looks really good. I'll be happy to wear this.
I just imagine this guy like in Rush Hour 2 when they try to go get suits and they walk in. I'm thinking buttercream.
So Cazador, while you're sitting there, a team of elven maidens comes out with some oil and some buffing gear and begins like cleaning your armor. One of them's got a little hammer and they're like removing your armor plates and like hammering out the dents for you and then replacing them. They're all humming the same tune at the same time, and someone above you in the rafters is playing a harp. It's very elven soothing.
What is that racket?
They don't speak common apparently because they just like one of them says something to you in elven and they all laugh and they keep just like washing your armor.
All right.
I wish Runa was here to enjoy it. Kaz is utter despair in this place.
I take out my hammer and start polishing it and just sort of like and shining the shield, sort of just minding my own business.
You are sent off by Gnash Goldtooth, your new fashion consultant, who also gives you a pamphlet indicating, like give this to your friends, just in case you have any. And you know how adventuring parties are. I'm sure if you don't have friends, you'll have between 2 to 4 more in the next few days.
I accept the pamphlet.
All right. The party reunites at your inn. Hal looks like he's sleeping at the table. Lilwyn, Bortrick, what were you guys doing during this 2-hour fashion trip?
I was just ripping through scrap paper, writing down verse after verse, and then throwing it away because it was
One said mom spaghetti.
just terrible.
What are you doing?
I'm not doing anything. I'm working on a thing. I'm not defensive about it at all. So listen, I don't know you. We haven't spent a lot of time together, but something pretty traumatic happened. I don't think it
Did you lose the bard battle?
You know what? Let's not get into specifics. I just want to say
he lost the bard battle.
Literally the worst thing that has ever happened to me, and I just don't, right?
About when you nearly died
I don't,
3 times
right?
last week.
Yeah.
Maybe you should talk about it specifically. It might make you feel better.
No, because I think
he shouldn't talk about it.
We don't talk about it. Eventually, no one remembers, and it goes away like it never happened. And
I'll always remember.
That's how you deal with problems.
I also remember.
Dwarves have excellent memory.
I don't. What do you guys remember? We may not be talking about the same thing.
I was there.
So
I will remember long after you die. For hundreds of years.
That's right.
So at that point, Mortrick throws away whatever he's working on and then just crawls into a corner.
Are you sure you don't want to talk about it?
Just sobs quietly until people come back.
Some purple lines across his face.
Runa, what were you doing? Sorry, I actually forgot that you were still at the inn. For some reason, I thought you were going shopping.
No, I already had my clothes. I went shopping last time.
You were, yeah. So you were
Uh,
spending your time tormenting Mortrick?
Trying on outfits.
Yeah, I'm probably trying on which outfit was best for what I'm gonna do because
Oh,
I
okay.
thought I was going into the castle and now I'm doing the sneaky thing. So just trying
You're
to.
just like, monk robes, fancy dress. Monk robes, fancy dress.
You
I
know,
really
you
want
could
the
still
fancy
wear
dress.
the fancy dress, because if we get caught in the hallway, you can pretend like you were lost at the party.
Oh my god. Like, I was so drunk, and I thought I was making my way to the bathroom. You know, you elves are so handsome and tall.
She gave me a little leeway to like see the dress was a good option. I'm like, okay, I'm going.
Besides, it's a very pretty dress. It's much better than your robes.
That's what I'm saying. I like hold it up to me and just like twirl, but like do a kick while I'm doing it.
And thus, Runa has learned why most ninjas wear shorts underneath their dresses.
This might be a problem.
Just put shorts under it.
Done.
Team. Now that we're there, what's the new plan? What's the final plan now that everyone is ready and we're doing the thing where all 5 of you are walking towards the Eastern Palace together in slow motion while dramatic music plays?
And my dress billows.
Exactly. You know, it's like a rap music video.
Plan, kick ass in the track.
Before we leave, I want to go over to Hal and just be like, Hal, like, I kind of look at you as, you know, a father
grandfather.
figure. And
Yes.
no, father.
Oh, I mean, you're a little young to be my son, but
someday we're gonna need to have that talk, but that's not today. I just like
I think that you're old enough. In fact, I'd be
Like-
surprised if you don't have a few children yourself, given how you act.
sometimes, like, maybe the decisions you make have consequences.
Yes, that is absolutely a thing. The
Like-
decisions you make do have consequences.
Consequences that will follow you for like a long time. Like like we're talking like
Yep.
hours and hours and hours.
Mortrick, sit down. And he slides you over a drink.
Is he talking about the bard battle again?
I'm not
Mortrick-
talking to you, Bruno. I'm talking to Hal.
Look,
About-
son,
Kaz trying to kill him.
when you decided to leave Bard College, that was a consequence waiting to happen. And you found yourself being chased by debt collectors because you didn't pay your debts. You have personally experienced the consequences of your own actions.
Yeah, but does that mean that like because I made those decisions that I should suffer for that for forever? Like that doesn't seem fair. Why can't I just do what I want?
Mortrick, let me throw something else at you. What if when you make good decisions, good things come about forever?
Like how hard are these good decisions to make? Like
You helped save my village, and I decided to accompany you.
that's true. I mean, we're still on the fence about that one because like listen, I don't believe like Kaz does that you're like, you know, the ultimate evil and must be destroyed at all costs. But like you could still surprise me. So yeah, I think I see what you're saying.
But think about it this way. Remember that Minotaur that basically... Oh, that's right. It almost killed you.
Yeah.
Oh,
Remember
yeah.
that Minotaur, though? What if we hadn't killed it? What if that had made it south of Pyre's Water and then started slaughtering the townspeople? Stopping that Minotaur brought in a small... amount of money.
Wait. Are you saying there's a possibility that Minotaur may have like killed me and I would have stayed dead?
Oh, yeah. Absolutely.
Like I would be dead right now. I would be a dead man.
It was very close,
this
actually.
fall tonight.
You should have seen it was very, very, very close. I mean, you were nearly dead.
You're really disturbing, Hal. I came over here for a pick-me-up. This hasn't helped at all.
No, think about it this way.
I walked away.
Mortrick, your good decisions and choosing good allies are the reason you're alive.
I'm gonna go over to Kaz and be like, listen, Kaz, I was pro Hal. I might be moving over to your team. We'll just have to see how he does, okay?
I mean, I overheard some of the conversation, in spite of the fact that he's evil to the bone. It was pretty good advice. I don't think you should be
I
so
like you
exclusive.
either. Ugh. everyone here is against me. Let's go to this ball and get killed. 'Cause
One
that's
day
what
we'll get
do.
you to accept some responsibility, Mortrick.
Your
one day.
version of the world sucks.
But there is pie.
Your version of the world is okay. Hal didn't mention pie.
We're about to go to a King's party. There's going to be some good food.
That is true.
I hope
It's all
there's dancing.
vegetarian.
It is all vegetarian. It's gonna be great.
And gluten-free.
Oh, no.
Kill me now.
There's no desserts?
I don't even want to go anymore.
There is desserts. It's just gluten free and
Sugar-free.
vegetarian.
So they're gonna feed us a bowl of sand for dinner, and then they're gonna feed us a bowl of more sand for dessert.
This is
No,
what you guys
obviously
talk
the
to
dessert
me.
is literally just raw honey shot from a bee's butt. What did you guys think honey was?
Honey isn't bad. Hopefully there's some mead.
All right, so Billowin, on the way to the castle, like, yeah, you don't know of any secret passages into the castle, but is there a less conspicuous way you and Runa can take to get into the castle that then you could ghost? Or are you guys just gonna have to walk in the front door with us? Because that's not.
So let me be clear here. We say castle, but it's really a palace, and it's surrounded by like a 10-foot stone wall.
Okay.
But the structure is, I mean, we're not talking like a 30-foot high castle wall here. Conceivably, Runa could like use a running leap to like climb, jump over it.
Yeah, and then she can
of course
merge with the wall, right? Until.
So again, that merge with stone thing doesn't mean she literally merges with stone. It just allows her to cast pass without a trace, which lets her move secretly.
And
It can't like sink in. So merge with stone literally just lets you merge into a stone and then pop back out later and be like, surprise, ambush.
Yeah. But okay, yeah. So you two, you can mouse up. Runa can cast without a trace. You guys can sneak around while the three of us make just a big show going in the front door. Because if I know anything about Kaz, he is going to cause a scene.
He's also very loud. His armor's quite loud.
Super loud. Super loud. I really wish he would not sleep in it at night. But what are you going to do?
Look, just because I snore doesn't mean you guys
It
can wake
rattles.
me up every time.
Literally
What
every
if we got attacked in the middle of the night? I was a security expert. It happened.
I mean, if you died because we got attacked in the middle of the night and I didn't have to listen to you sleeping in your armor anymore, I think I'd be okay with that.
What the?
I just wish he'd learn to take the armor off before he goes to the bathroom. Jesus.
You just don't see me because I know exactly. I'm so well acquainted with this armor by now that I'm able to.
I don't want to know any more than that.
That sounds disgusting.
Without entirely removing all pieces.
Okay, so the three of
No,
us.
that's some real talk, by the way. Back in the day, they literally had dudes whose job was to clean your armor out when you pooped yourself on the middle of the battlefield.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's why all of the armor has removable butt stuff. Just take that part off and wipe your butt. You think you're gonna walk around in plate armor for 8 hours and take a half an hour to get it on and off, and there's not gonna be your squire following you around wiping your ass? You don't think about that shit now. They did. No, they did.
Removable butt stuff.
Yeah.
I don't think there was a. It wasn't a completely sealed thing. It was like you'd have a skirt of mail, right? And skirt of plates, and so you could basically lift some things up and probably manage something.
Look, if it could easily be gotten around, it wasn't done because then you just get stabbed in your butt. Removing the butt plate is fundamental to wiping your ass.
I don't think there was a butt plate.
Anyways,
Anyways, Runa,
So
are
the
you
part where we can-
cool with this plan?
yes.
All right, I'd
Let's
say
go.
let's do this thing. Let's get back to our slow motion walk of awesome.
Okay. So Runa, Lilywin, you two are breaking apart,
Yes.
correct? Lilywin, are you turning into a mouse now, or are you waiting on that?
I'm
Oh, yeah, how
gonna
many-
wait on that.
How many
Okay.
mouses do you have left today?
One.
Okay.
Also, it doesn't have to be a mouse. It could be several animals.
But you've only got one of them left.
I've only got one of them left.
Okay.
All right. As you guys approach the palace, the walls all are lit so that like every 5 feet along the wall, there's like a magical lantern that is emitting a steady orange light. Everything is pretty well lit. There are 2 guards, perhaps the same 2 guards before. And also, the night captain appears to be waiting somewhat impatiently. Guard Captain Borodor Havalas, who is the one who invited Kaz and Mortrick to the party.
Mordor, hello. We're here to attend.
Welcome, friends. So he says something in Elvish real quick and waves his hand, and the 2 guards like step aside.
Whoa, still not a paladin. Still not a paladin.
Yes.
Funny
I smack Mortrick. Just don't say it.
Don't say that word.
Wait, like you think you get in trouble just for saying the word?
Yes, I do.
Paladin?
That's literally what happened last time.
Mr. Runa, we're still waiting for you to pay that fine.
Miss Runa, and I've done nothing.
Oh,
wrong.
are you with this party still?
Oh,
Going
am
to the
I?
front door? I don't know. I'm asking.
I didn't
I
know.
want to remind you that Mortrick claimed that his name was Runa.
Runa. Yeah.
Yeah, so it's
Like,
not.
no, my name's Mortrick. There is a Runa staying at the hotel we're staying at. Is that who you're thinking of?
If he said
You know what?
Mr. Runa, I would have probably piped in, and then there'd just been this weird confusion of who we actually are.
So your name is Mortrick, then?
Yeah.
I see.
Runa was the one that was up here earlier causing trouble. We
No,
look
it was
very
you.
similar.
No, you don't look anything alike.
We look very alike.
You
There
look
must be
nothing
another
alike.
Runa here in town.
You match 0 characteristics to each other beyond a humanoid shape.
No, I haven't paid it. Just put it on my tab.
The Elven Kingdom of Havens does not run tabs.
Well, I'm sorry, but you're gonna have to wait in line because my paycheck is already being garnished.
I understand. You will not be allowed to leave the kingdom until you have paid.
How do you guys feel about protecting your investment? Because there is this group out there after me,
And who's the 5th member of your party? So he turns to look at Rick Jackson. I guess Lilywin.
this is our deep gnome companion Rick Jax and his sister Jax Rick. They're here as
His sister is a human.
well, yeah, it's a
Sister is
half-
an elf, right? Oh, that's right.
adopted
Disguise.
situation. Like I'm not too clear on it. We just hired them out of the personal ads, so I don't really know what their thing is.
All right. Just to be clear, Lilwyn, this guy has known you since you were a child, and he turns to look at your face and says, "You look familiar." And he starts moving towards you to get a better look at your
I
face.
cast minor illusion on my face to make it look different.
Okay, let me double check here if that has any casting components.
And then I'll step in front right after she does that.
Minor illusion. It is somatic, so you're going to need to like wave your hands magically in front of your
I want
face.
to be like, hey, how are you doing?
I can stand in front of her as she does it.
So you're like blocking this dude from getting close. You're just like, no.
Are we allowed to enter, or are we to stand here all day?
I would like Lilywin to make a deception at advantage with Runa's help. Okay. He looks at you, Lilywin. Runa gets in the way. Something glints in his eyes, and he says, "No, Miss Runa, I won't hold you here for very long. Please, all of you, let's travel together. Come with me."
Can I make an insight check on this guy to see what I think he thinks?
Yeah, so the 5 of you are being guided with him. Or sorry, I guess there's 5 of you. Yeah, no how. Towards so the palace has 3 prongs to it, and then comes to the fork part of the prongs. And he's leading you towards the center one. A 9. A 9 is... It's hard to read this guy's expression. He's an elf. He's 100 years old. He's a guard captain. He's pretty well trained at not showing emotion.
Yeah. All right, I'm gonna sidle up to the guard then as we're walking and be like, hey, listen, so we were hunting around town, rumors of this princess you guys lost. And what was the...
Yes, so he gestures to the southern tine and says, that is the princess's room over there. As you can see, she has not left the balcony of the second floor for some time.
Oh, so you guys found the princess?
We have not found the princess.
Oh.
In fact, we've been looking for her all of
And
several
what
days.
was the reward on that again?
100 gold pieces.
100. And how much was my fine?
Your fine is 25 gold pieces.
25 gold pieces. Okay, I mean, because you guys make very tempting offer there. I think I heard some rumors earlier in the
We
day.
pay for the delivery of the princess.
As they're talking about this, can I look at Lilowin and see if there's like a signal from her to like find one of these secret entrances? Because then I'll pop my pass without a trace whenever that is.
So as you're heading towards the antechamber, and I provided you a map of the palace.
Yes, I just gotta scroll back up.
Indeed, indeed. The antechamber contains no hidden entranceways.
Okay.
In fact, you're going to have to go all the way to the grand staircase, basically right before the audience chamber. Unless you want to try to make a break for your room, which you know only you and people that you want are allowed into.
Is he looking?
So he was trying to keep attention on you, the guard captain, Borodor, but Mortrix got him kind of interested because now Mortrick is talking about rumors, and he says, Mr. Mortrick, rumors do not concern me. If you know the princess's location, I would.
Listen,
pay
what I'm
wise.
worried about is that if I tell you guys, you move in and scoop her up, and then I'm out the 100 gold pieces.
If your tip leads to the direct capture of the princess, I will personally pay you the 100 gold right now.
If we bring her in like ourselves, can we bump it up to like say like 150?
No.
No, it's a pretty flat thing.
I believe that we may find the princess tonight. It almost feels as if she's close at hand. So he begins opening the two massive doors to the antechamber, which slide very easily despite their huge size. And inside you see the very fanciful inner palace of the celestial water dragon.
So I'm gonna try and like wave behind my back or something to Runa to like scoot or just go without him noticing.
I'm gonna point towards my room when we were passing it.
Okay. Then I'll pop past without a trace force.
Okay, all right. Let's have both of you make stealth checks. You get a +10 to this.
What is my stealth?
So I got a 19.
Okay. Yeah, 19's a good start. This is where Runa gets a 1 on the die roll. 19 and 20. All right. Both of you sneak away without any problem. You disappear into the darkness between the tines of the palace, heading to one of the southern halls. And Borodor looks around and he's just like, where did your two companions go?
Which two companions?
Miss Runa and the Jaxrick.
Oh, probably the restroom. Ladies, they can't hold it very long. It's been like at
It is
least
not safe for them to wander the palace.
30
There are
minutes.
several defenses here.
Oh, well, I'm sure you guys got a restroom nearby. They probably just had to powder their nose. Anyway,
So he
I wanna
he
talk to
reaches
you
up to
about
his
this.
ear and begins speaking in Elven. And you notice that sets of guards are suddenly...
I'm gonna he raises a hand to his ear,
Yes, to his ear.
and then as he's trying to talk, I'm just gonna talk about the reward loudly, as loud as I can, trying to drown out his whatever he's saying.
So he finishes speaking in Elven and he's just like, why are you speaking so loudly?
I mean, that's just how we do it where I come from.
So you can see that in pairs, guards are dropping down from the palace wall and beginning to roam around the inner corridor. And he says, do not worry. If we find your erstwhile allies, we will return them to you. Bathroom duty accomplished. We simply don't want them to run into any problems.
Is
Lilywin,
it pretty dangerous in your palace? Or you guys
it can
not
be
good at
extremely
security?
dangerous here. There have
Yeah.
been several paladins who have passed through recently.
Oh, yeah, no pallet. You
Yeah.
can say the word, but I can't? How's that fair? Elves.
Lilywin, Runa, you have detached yourselves from the situation. However, you've only got several minutes before elven patrols begin to head your way.
Okay, well, she knows the way. We're in her room now, I'm assuming.
So it is going to take some climbing to get to the balcony of her
That's
room because it's on the second floor.
Okay, what do I need to
And
roll?
Lilywin, before Runa gets killed, I just want to ask: are you allowing her access to your room?
Yeah.
Okay. So you allow her through the wards. I mean, the palace here is like a sheer flat wall of smooth black wood that leads to an open terrace balcony. So, how do you want to try to get up there? I mean, it's 2 stories, so we're talking like 16 feet.
About 6'5". I could. If she doesn't want to become a mouse, then I could vault her up. Just give her like a boost and then get myself up somehow. Running, jump. It's like flat, so I couldn't really do much.
If
aside
she's
from-
able to boost me up, then I want to cast Spider Climb on her.
Ooh.
What?
Or actually, I'll cast Spider Climb on her, and then I'll just have her give me a piggyback ride.
Hell yeah!
All right. You are now spider climbing. I believe that gives you a 20-foot movement speed of climbing or something like that.
It says, until the spell ends, one willing creature you touch gains the ability to move up, down, across, vertical, and upside down ceilings while its hands are free. Target also gains a climb speed equal to its walking speed.
Okay. All right. Yeah.
For
So
an
you were
hour.
able to move at monk speeds. Just walk up the side of the wall.
Oh, an hour.
Carrying Lilywin.
Spider-Man does whatever a
Much
spider
better
can.
than
Runa, the first thing that hits you when you get through the wards is that this room smells. There are dozens of food trays piled near the door. The bed is not made. There's like 3 sets of bedding that are near the bed that have all been gone through. All the clothes in here have been worn, are dirty, and used. The closet is open and clothes are piled in there. You're pretty sure that several forest creatures are hiding around in this area. Several rats, like a bird, a bunny. It is disgusting in here. Honestly, it looks like someone just moved in and squatted in a noble's house.
Haven't been here in a while, yes?
Nobody will clean my room.
Well, that's on them. Let's hurry out of here before they get us.
You said there was a bunny in here?
Yes.
Can I go grab it?
Yes.
Okay.
So someone knocks on the door and says, "Princess, are you in there?" In Elven. I heard someone talking. Has someone broken in? Princess, you have to let us in. We're here to protect you. And you can hear someone jiggling the front doorknob. But of course your ward's hold and they can't get in. Princess, you have to let us in. It's me, Ignacio, your personal guard.
Okay, I'm just gonna go into the secret passage.
Okay, which one do you want to enter? There are 2.
I want to go to the treasury.
Interesting choice. So following the path to the treasury is through the passageways through the drawing room. Okay. You and Runa begin making your way. It's going to take several minutes to like squeeze behind your bookshelf and then like follow a secret corridor that is not very wide through the walls to the treasury. While this is happening, Mordric, Cazador, and Rickjax, you are all led in through the luncheon hall. Borodor is just like, would you perhaps like to stop for some light refreshment before we head into the audience chamber?
Wait,
What do you have?
isn't this a dinner? Like, we're not going to eat before we eat, are we?
You might want some appetizers or perhaps a drink before we go to the audience hall.
I mean, I just assumed that would be like, you know, the first course.
It
Like-
will be a 7-course meal.
Is this the first course, or is this like a half course?
This is the pre-dinner snacking.
I'm already at the table, looking at things, picking up things, putting them in like a little plate or my hand, and like sampling. What's there?
I mean,
Kaz,
we're
you better be
talking like
careful. You're not going to fit in that plate armor.
we're talking hummus, several salads, and I mean not just like lettuce salad, potato salad, crab salad, some like hot dog on a stick, but it's different fishes. There's sushi.
Wait a second. I thought you guys were vegetarians.
Who told you that?
Just talk around town.
The elves as a vegetarian is a thing we elves tell non-elves as a joke. Of course, we enjoy the fine meats of life. We just eat it
I
responsibly.
feel so lied to.
While normally I and the rest of the royal family partake of non-meat on a regular basis, the bounties of the land and the water offer themselves up on special occasions like tonight. We've had many special occasions.
Are you saying you guys put this out just for me?
No, we put it out. So, like, as he's talking, his eyes glaze over and he gets super weird and he's just like, we put it out for the Chancellor. So many special occasions lately.
I'm popping sushi into my mouth.
Cass, you're the answer, man. Not on a full stomach. You don't know what's going to happen tonight.
Look, dwarves fight better on a full stomach.
Don't say who's fighting. How did fighting get into the mix? I'm not saying anything about fighting. No one is fighting. I said something.
Actually, several people will be fighting. There will be a mock joust.
Ooh,
which
can
may
I
end in
my dwarf into that? He's really good.
no.
Oh.
They have been training their entire lives, which exceed either of your lifespans.
I bet my dwarf could take him. But fine, whatever. That's how you guys want to play this. Okay.
I fight on foot. I have never fought on horseback.
Well, that just means you have to. You know what? They won't let you anyway.
It's a wonderful thing. Sir Cazador?
Yes.
As a guard captain myself, I've spent over 100 years fighting on horseback. My current horse is the grandson of my first horse. I've raised every generation of his family. He's like a part of me. We are bonded.
What happens when they die? Like, what do you get rid of them? Are we eating your horses tonight? I've never had horse before.
We have served horse several times. However, tonight you will not taste of my horse.
Oh.
It has not died recently.
Oh.
We do, however, use every part of every animal that comes through our halls.
That's good. Don't be wasteful.
In the
That's
elven
where I come
language,
from.
there is no word for weed, for we do not believe in useless plants. Nor do we find any part of an animal distasteful, for we clean and use every bit of it. If only all races were as charitable and useful as we were. I weep for those who are not elves. They have not seen our wisdom.
I'm gonna have to agree with you on a couple of those points.
You should try the yellowfish, Sir Cazador. It is excellent when bathed in vinegar.
I partake.
Rick Jacks.
Rick Jacks will have a plate of food, but he's not partaking. But he doesn't want to stand out as not.
So, Borodor goes, I'm sorry, my men have yet to find your sister. I'm sure you're worried about her. Could you tell me more about your relationship with her? Is she adopted or you adopted? I apologize if it's rude. It's just that in Elven society, we are rather frank about such things.
I'm the adopted one. We have human parents. So when I was driven out of my hometown, I was pretty young. So her parents were gracious enough to take me in and care for me for a little while.
And they decided to name you after their daughter by reversing her name?
No, that's a game we play. Thanks, Mortrick. But yeah, that's just a game that we play.
Then, what is your name?
My name is Rick Jacks.
And what is her name?
Jax Rick.
Make a deception check.
I gotta find that screen. I suck at deception. Hold on here. So many places to go. Where's my character sheet?
That's the last place you left it.
Yep.
Got him.
Skills.
Look, I haven't even begun to do dad
Deception.
jokes.
Here it comes. Here it comes.
Oof. Yikes.
Come on. I am the worst liar ever.
Borodor just gives you a smooth look and turns away and says, "Gentlemen, one moment. I need to step aside to deal with a situation."
As soon as he steps away, I'm gonna walk over to Rick Jacks and be like, "Really? Are you adopted? I had no idea. I just made that up. That's amazing. Who are your parents?"
Yes, I'm getting tired of covering one lie with another lie. But that
Well,
is your
then
whole
say
life.
that.
That is your entire life.
Well, I mean, I don't always lie.
You're lying right now.
Let's get going, guys. Let's get going.
I don't think we should move if they're like not here to escort us.
I think we should be proceeding. We can make our own way.
Do we know
You
where
continue
we-
heading east deeper into the palace to an area called the Grand Staircase, which is in fact a very grand staircase that seems to have been carved out of a singular smooth piece of pearl.
Do you think they have one even longer coming down?
No, they have one the exact same size because it's the same one.
Oh.
Lilywin, Runa. Runa, you don't speak Elven, correct?
Nope.
Lilywin, as you are passing behind the drawing room, you hear people speaking in Elven. It's difficult to discern them through the walls. Can you make a perception check real quick?
Sure.
Are you still carrying your bunny with you?
Of course I am.
Yeah, I don't know why you would.
Yeah.
Cotton's gonna be like, all right, I cast Overrun. It gives my bunny 3/3 with trample. Throw the bunny at the guard. Okay, so you hear your personal knight Ignacio in the drawing room going, "You two spread out. The remainder of you go to the princess's room. She's back in the palace. Set out 3 men, 1 at each of the walls. She cannot be allowed to escape again. Keep watch for anything small, rat, spider, anything like that, or that stupid rabbit. If it comes down to it, slaughter all of the creatures in the area. If it's the princess, it will turn back into her." Then he says, "One moment. I'm getting a contact from Sir Havilas." And you can hear him stomp away in the drawing room. The two of you make it into the treasury. In here are some gold blocks, but mostly it's works of art. And there are a ton of pictures of Lilywin everywhere. Lilywin from ages 0 to like 60, all throughout her youth, we get pictures of Lilywin everywhere. This is what the royals consider to be treasures, artifacts of their daughter. There also seems to be a magic weapon or two lying around. Lilywin, you've entered the treasury. It's as cringeworthy as it always is. Your dad has commissioned all these wonderful pieces of art of you. This is constantly like, okay, honey, just keep doing what you're doing there. Just stay still for like 2 more minutes.
Quite the arrangement of art.
Yes, I know. It's so embarrassing.
A little
I
bit.
think your friend turned me in.
Oh. Well, he probably said something stupid. He usually does.
They know that I'm back in the castle. They're gonna start killing all the creatures.
How do we prevent this?
I have no idea. That's what you guys are here for. You're the people who can solve problems, right?
Right.
I have to admit, my faith has been going, just in you guys lately. Nothing personal. It's just
No, it's all right.
your party causes some concern. Just a little
Yes.
bit.
We flash back to Hal in the inn,
No trick.
drinking from a bowl of soup, and then he sneezes. Then we cut back to Lilywin.
Again, it's nothing personal, but if I had a choice of literally any other group.
Well, that hurts a little. It's not without merit.
It's not you. It's not you.
Yes, I know.
I'd
It's
still
much-
ask you to save my family.
Well, we should proceed with caution, if nothing else. We should probably get as many animals as we can back in your room.
Yeah, they're going to my room actually. So if we go back real quick, maybe we can get some of them. The wards might hold them back a little bit.
Let's do that.
So are you revoking all of the animals that are in your room? You're revoking their ability to leave?
No.
No.
Wait, yes.
Yes.
I am.
You're gonna seal them all in.
No, I don't know now. You're making me real nervous.
I'm just asking questions. Look,
I'm going back in there.
you're heading back to your room.
Yes.
Very
we'll
well.
check on
All right.
that.
Another 2 minutes of, and Runa's in the way. Oh no, you guys are out in the treasury. So now you're shuffling sideways back,
Yeah.
crab walking in. Runa, what are you doing? You're in the treasury. I mean, I'm not saying like millions of gold, but there's easily hundreds of gold
Not really.
in the form of gold bars here.
Not worry about it right now. We got
So you're
bigger-
just hanging out in the treasury, or?
I'd probably go back with her because she
Okay.
has to be around me.
As you leave, someone opens the door from the drawing room into the treasury and is stomping towards the far door of the treasury. You seem to have made it out just in time. Meanwhile, Mortrick, Cazador, Rickjax, if I understand you all correctly, you're just going to go into the audience chamber right now without waiting for anybody?
Yeah, I'm following Kaz's lead.
Yeah, we're walking through.
All right.
Well. You guys can pick where you would like to sit.
We got a map.
We should have a map, correct?
Yep.
Yay, we got a map.
I'm gonna bring Lilwyn and Runa over, but I'm just gonna put them on the side because they're not in the scene quite yet. As you enter, you can see that there are dozens of people gathered around the raised audience platform. Servants, servitors, courtesans, courtiers. On stage, a very regal figure is sitting on a bench. A woman is sitting next to him. It looks like they probably are the king and queen. But behind them, on a much nicer chair, on a raised dais, is a dude who's got a flute hanging on a leather cord around his neck. Everyone is... This man sitting on the raised chair, he's half-elf, and is one of the few half-elves in the entire chamber.
Are there any open seats in the back?
There are plenty of open seats in the back.
All right, I'm just gonna like sit in the first open seat, like kind of wave, and then sit down like I'm sneaking into lecture 30 minutes after it started.
So not everyone is sitting down yet, but yeah, as you do that, the man on the dais waves a guard over, and then the guard begins walking across the stage and then hops down, moving directly towards Mortrick.
Okay, I'm just gonna be like, hey, is this seat reserved for anyone? I thought I'd just chill here until
The
we're ready
Chancellor would like to speak.
started.
You are
Oh,
Mortrick, correct?
my name is Runa.
Your
Or
name is
Mortrick.
Mortrick.
You know what?
correct?
Yeah, I'm Mortrick. Let's stop pretending. Let's
Actually-
just
So
all-
Rick Jax, you've like scampered away and disappeared to the other side of the room.
If there's more people in the room, yes, I'm trying to just
Oh,
walk
yes.
around and do investigation, nonchalantly, just kind of get a lay of the land.
We'll cut back to that in a minute. Cazador, you're here next to Mortrick as the guard is inviting him onto the stage.
Yes, I say yes. We're here to speak about the Blood Sahagan.
Blood Sahagan, yes.
Sahagan, yes.
We had been told something about that. The Chancellor has been wanting to meet with both of you immediately.
Okay.
Please, follow
Show
me.
us the way. Thank you.
As we walk up to the dais, I'm gonna turn to Cass, but like I completely forgot about those things. Good catch.
That's why I'm here.
The Chancellor
I
nods.
really have a hard time remembering why I'm here half the time.
You should ponder that some.
I tried to have that conversation with Hal, but he didn't tell me anything useful.
The Chancellor clears his throat.
Yes.
Oh,
Chancellor, hello.
We are Chancellor Winslow Remington Dunslow.
Winslow Remington Dunslow? That, my friend, is a name worthy of chancellorhood.
We appreciate your certification. Our understanding is that you had brought to our kingdom word from afar of Blood Sahagan.
Yes, and for that, I'm going to turn you over to security consultant that we've brought on board for this particular job, Cazador White Knuckle of the famous White Knuckles, I might add.
We have heard of such a man. We allow you permittance. He
Thank you.
waves his hand.
Yes, on our trip from Carswater, we encountered the Blood Sahagan, and in the narrow straits, there were about, if I recall correctly, 4 of them, and they had all killed elves, I believe. They showed
That is
traces
what
of.
makes them Blood Sahaugen, yes.
Right. Yes. Okay. Well, I haven't encountered them before, so they're novel to me. But if that's exactly what makes them Blood Sahagan, then that it was indeed the case. I don't know where they encountered them. Did you recently send out a vessel?
We have sent many vessels in many directions. The security of the Elven Empire is one that I take very considerably.
And
And for you, this is a little strange. You just said Elven Empire, but this is a kingdom. And an empire is a government that is multiple kingdoms working together.
Right. Indeed. And where are the other kingdoms located?
Soon, all elves will be united underneath our banner. Indeed, many nations must fall in line behind us. Have you heard of the return of the Demon Lord?
We have.
You have. Many I have met that do not speak of it. And so he switches from like a royal tone and saying lots of wheeze to like eyes and more personal. Evodrin Evoker, they called him. My ancestor was one of those that sealed him. I carry a token of that time upon me. With this, I will help unite the elven people, and together we will reseal this Lord.
And what is that?
This is the Dunslow's Flute of Fascination.
is that like a?
Can I inspect it? Can I have a take a look? Can I? Will you
I
permit
apologize,
me to take a look
but
at
the
it?
security of the Elven Empire relies upon this flute.
Of course.
It is a critical tool, not only for all elves, but for the safety of the world. I cannot allow someone, even in good faith, who has come bearing information for us, to
That
take
is
this tool.
very wise, and incidentally, the same reason we are here in town. We are a team of specialists in security, in law enforcement. I mean, really, you name it, we can get the job done. Now, we encountered this Blood Sahagan coming in. We hear rumors there could be other creatures, maybe some on land, maybe some in the air, more in the sea. Who knows? But we're here to figure out what your problems are and tell you the best way to deal with them.
I
Now,
understand. After the feast tonight, we should speak further.
that is a great idea. Do you play as well as wear that decoratively? I'm just curious.
I am very skilled at the playing of this.
Yeah, were you like in like, a garage band back in the day? Because that seems like it'd be a lot
What
of
is
fun.
a garage?
It's kind of like a place where you keep your wagon and like all of the things that you want but don't really need, and so they just kind of accumulate in piles until you have to keep your wagon outside.
No, I was not in a garage band.
Well, you really missed out. But do you still play? I mean, back to
Yes.
the original question. Yeah.
In just a few minutes, I will be performing. I have.
Ooh, I am
everything last
really
few-
looking forward to that.
Yes, you will.
I'm a bard. I also play. Do you think we could like jam together during the performance? I think I have an instrument in my bag somewhere. You know what? I'm also very good at singing. Sometimes.
After tonight's performance, I will be interested in hearing what you have to say to
Oh,
me.
but you don't think we can? You don't think we can tonight, huh? Not. You sure?
Perhaps
I mean-
after the feast.
Mordrick
Okay.
here is a famous bard. He'll do your halls
I've
well.
never heard of him before.
Well, up and coming.
Yes. Yes. A new talent, they say.
If your talents are, as you say, and your ability as security consultants are confirmable, I'm sure that we will do great work together.
Yeah, no, we'll be an unbeatable team. Unbeatable team. Hey, so listen, also, there's a princess on the loose somewhere. While wondering about, your beautiful city tonight, we saw her down on, I don't know, let's say the south side of town. And I believe a reward was mentioned, 200 gold. Is that still on the table?
Did you just say on the south side of town, but in a questioning way, as if you weren't really sure where?
Well, okay. I don't want to, give away my lead in case you guys swoop in and pick up the reward before I do. But yes,
I am very concerned about the safety of
out
you.
and about.
If you have any further information, please pass it along to the guard captain, Orador Havilas.
But we still get our cut, right?
You will receive 100 gold pieces should your information lead to her capture.
Man, you guys are so stingy. But okay, I can
You
deal
believe
with
100 gold pieces would be stingy?
Some of us have outstanding debts that we're really concerned about paying, okay? Because right now we're working for a living, and that's not something we're used to or enjoying very much.
Didn't you say that you're security
Kind of
consultants?
stressing me out. I'm more of the director, ideas guy.
So while you're getting worked up, several of the elven guards are tightening their hands on spears and beginning to look very concerned in your direction.
And I just, I don't usually do field work, so
we're done here.
Being out here.
We will speak later after the feast. I suspect we'll be
good.
in a better mood then.
Yes, I expect so as well.
Please enjoy the grape jello.
There's another table of food.
There will be 7 courses served throughout the night. After my playing, the first course is a light dessert.
I have particular dietary needs. Can I happen to take a look at what's inside the kitchen and just make sure that there's something that I can eat?
Speak with your server and they will arrange for your gastrointestinal culinary needs.
I need. Could that take place before
Speak with your server.
Yes.
I am the Chancellor of the Elven Empire, not your personal chef. We're done here. He just keeps staring at the two of you. As you're,
walk away. I'm gonna tap Kaz on the shoulder. Okay, man, let's move it.
All right.
He said he's done with us.
Well, I assumed he was walking away. Okay.
No, we went up to his seat.
You went up to his seat. He's not going anywhere.
Okay.
As we walk away, I'm gonna say quietly to Kaz, I think it's very important you don't hear the performance tonight.
Well,
do you know where Rick Jacks went? Because we're gonna need to let him know that it's very important not to hear the performance tonight. So
Rick Jacks.
Restroom. The kitchen. I'm gonna try and get to the restroom.
Rick Jacks, let's talk about you.
Yeah.
You went on an investigation in Elfland.
Yep.
What are you looking to find out about?
I want a lay of the land because I want to know if there's any other doors, possible places to hide in case we need to, or...
Fantastic. Make
Just
a
general stuff.
investigation check.
All right. Investigation. So that's one of my good abilities. So let's see. Even with that, even with the
10
plus
is
5.
not super great.
Yeah, even with my plus 5, I rolled a 10.
You
right.
look around the audience chamber. You go behind people, under people. You touch stuff. You move things around, but in general, you don't find anything that looks out of place.
I am the worst rogue ever.
So, Mortrick, you're going to look for Rick Jacks while pretending to go to the bathroom?
No, I'm gonna hang with Kaz until we can get a hold of a server.
So,
All right. You guys return to your chosen seats. A server appears from down the grand staircase coming up towards you and says, "Gentlemen, I understand that your dwarf has specific dietary restrictions.
yes,
Yeah,
The
as
Chancellor
does my bard.
himself has ordered me to see to your feeding."
He is really weird about his food, so if you could take him to the kitchen, he likes to have eyes on. It's kind of like this OCD thing he has. But
I apologize. We cannot allow
Andrew?
outsiders in the kitchen.
Do you know where the little humans room is? Because I am about to burst.
The restrooms are back in the grand hallway behind me.
Great. Can I just wander back there? Or do I need an escort for this kind of thing?
Guards are all over the place. If you require aid, simply speak with one.
Okay. All right. That's great. So
So you can see that at every exit and entrance to the two rooms here, there's been guards posted. 2 guards at every door, on each side.
All right.
You know, ceremonial armor, ceremonial spears.
All right. I'm gonna go to the little boys' room.
Okay.
And I will look for Rick Jackson.
There is no little boys'
but
room.
I'm not gonna search around.
There are like 4 stalls, but none of them are gender specific. They all just have a general elfy ear look to them.
Do they have
The little posters are just literally shapeless form with the elf ears.
The little cats that say, "You can do it."
Do they have doors?
Yes.
All right. Yeah. I'm gonna just go in a stall and shut the door.
All right. Cazador, this guy is
next-
standing here and refusing to take you back to the kitchen.
Really? I mean, I just need to take a look around. Okay. In that case,
What are your dietary restrictions? We will work with you as best we can.
do you have anything that's meat?
Yes, there will be 3 meat courses tonight.
Okay.
Have you ever had braised chicken baked inside of a pie, and that pie is filled with mashed vegetables and then covered with powdered sugar?
I've not. That sounds delightful.
Yes,
All right.
it is delightful. We eat it with our hands. It's fantastic.
Fantastic. All right. Then thank you very much. And
There will be
I will
several other meat courses, including honey glazed lamb.
Oh, delicious. Oh, great.
Please stay. Enjoy the Chancellor's performance. It will be very enlightening for you.
Is the restroom in the same room, or did I have to leave the room?
You had to go back to the luncheon hall where
Okay.
so you had to go down the grand staircase, out the staircase room, and back to the luncheon hall.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Right.
Okay, Rick Jax, you see Cazador arguing with the server. What are you doing? Are you still hiding out in your corner of the room?
Yeah, I think I am. So obviously I couldn't find anything that was like not obvious, but is there only one room one door to this room?
No. So behind the stage, there is a massive door that seems to lead somewhere, and then there are doors to the north and south. So this map is actually sideways. The north and south are the left and right corridors. There are rooms there are doors that lead somewhere off stage,
Okay.
deeper into the back. And so this is the connecting room. Imagine a sideways fork, right? There's 3 side by side. I can't do 3 like this. Here we go, 3 like this. So it's like 3 sideways, and you guys are all in this thing right here that connects the 3 of them. All right, that was very confusing for me physiologically.
Yeah, nothing changed on my screen. I'll reload.
Confusing
I was
for me.
physically doing it with my hand like this.
Oh, okay.
So there's 3 halls. 1, 2, 3. You guys are in the middle hall. The connecting place is where you're at right now, the audience hall.
Okay.
Okay, so you're
so-
hanging up. by the
Yep,
door?
I'm gonna hang out here. I mean, if there are people around, then I'll even attempt to do just normal chit chat stuff if they
All right,
seem
yeah.
amiable.
Several of them actually speak Gnome and are willing to converse with you in it.
Okay.
Lilwyn, Runa, let's cut back to you. We've got a lot of time to catch up to the current time frame. So
Yeah.
you guys make it back to the room. You can hear people knocking outside, and they're just like, "Princess, let us in. Princess, we're just trying to look out for your well-being. Princess." I don't think she's in there. No. Ignacio said he heard something. Keep trying. Princess?
You have to be quiet.
Princess, your personal maid is out here. She really wants to clean your room.
She looks tempted at that.
We've got snacks. There's a nice leafy salad with fresh tomatoes. We've also got some flour sticks covered in powdered sugar. Nothing? No, that definitely, she's not in there. She would obviously have reacted. So they stop knocking at the door. All of the animals in here are just kind of like chilling out. The rats have run into a corner, hiding underneath some throw pillows.
What are we doing?
Do I think everybody's in here?
I mean, the rats are new.
Oh well.
Right?
Normal animals, are they in here?
Yes. I mean, you're carrying the rabbit, obviously. Now there's a cat in as well. Just showed up out of nowhere from the attic.
I just like lean over to Runa and whisper, "The cat's new."
Very beautiful.
The cat turns to look
we
at
should
you.
Probably
It's like
hurry this along.
it's like a Cheshire. And it just goes meow, meow.
Then I'll just prevent them from leaving the room. So that
Okay,
they
all right.
stay
You revoke all their access. When you do that, the cat looks around really hesitantly and like tries to leap back to the secret attic access, and then like hits an invisible wall and knocks to the ground. As it's falling, it flips so that it lands perfectly, and then just goes nuts. It's like,
I'm so
and one of the
sorry.
guards outside is just like, it's just a cat in there. And someone's like, idiot! How did the cat get in there? There must be a secret entrance we don't know about.
No secret.
Let me say again, there must be a secret entrance we don't know about.
Just whisper, where do you want to go? In
we
here.
we have to eventually get to wherever it is that the flute is being played. I don't know where that is.
Would I know where the flute's going to be played?
Yes, so it's been played, as far as you can tell. It sounds like every night the Chancellor's been holding dinners and playing them in the audience hall, where as many elven nobles and functionaries, bureaucrats, and guards as he can get into one room.
Okay, then I'll lead Runa to the passage through the attic to the parents' room.
Okay, so you guys are going to pass over top of the hall.
Yes.
Yes. Okay. All right. So, I mean, that's where we end up. You guys do a very messy crawl. Oh no, you're going all the way directly to your parents' hall. No, that's
Yeah.
fine. You make it into your parents' room. Lillian, you're fine. Runa, you get stopped at the parents' room. You just run into an invisible something and can't exit the passageway.
I forgot about that.
Is there anything you could do about it?
I don't think there is. I can't give people access to my parents' room, can I?
That's correct. Your parents would have to allow access.
Well, I guess we could take the long way.
Long way works as long as it's
So,
open.
Lillian, Runa, you both hear someone speaking in the next room. The Chancellor will have the dinner begin in less than 1 minute. Everyone, please take your seats. Take your seats. It's your father, Androwin. Appears to be announcing the Chancellor, which is super weird. The Chancellor announces the king and not the other way around.
Well, that's weird.
It's
We don't have much time. Let's take the long way, but hurry.
I mean, if you go all the way back to your room and then take the long way back, there's no way you'll get back in time. You won't even get back to your room before. I mean, Runa, so there are occasionally little gaps where you could, like, maybe if you widen them a little bit with some force, you could drop down into the audience chamber from above, but it's a 2-story drop.
Can I use a key point to use the dash action?
To dash back to Lillian's room?
Yeah, I'll
Yeah,
to get us
okay.
there faster.
All right. I mean, you're gonna have to dash several times.
if you can drop down. I remind you that spider climb lasts an hour.
Oh,
you would
that's
just
right.
walk down the wall.
Yeah, I could do that.
Okay.
Let's do that.
So you are now, from what I can tell, you're going to open a hole in the ceiling of the audience chamber, and then you're going to climb along the walls and just join the party.
Not join the party.
Just gonna hang upside down from the ceiling.
Yes.
Very well. I would like you to make a stealth check at disadvantage.
Do I still have my +10.
Oh yes, you do. You definitely have your +10. You're using shadows and silence to pass, but you are also standing completely alone upside down on the ceiling. It's
Maybe nobody
very
looks up.
Yeah, already know what
I
he
mean,
wants.
look, if you've ever seen me play CS:GO, I always look up because I don't want to get ambushed. Still an 18. That really upsets me. Okay.
I look up.
Cazador, Mortrick, Rick Jax. Oh no, sorry. Mortrick isn't there, correct? So Cazador and Rick Jax. Let's have you guys make perception checks to see if you notice upside down Runa above you.
Why does my character sheet keep disappearing? Okay. What check?
Nope. Perception.
Another one of my crappy ones.
Ouch.
Nope, that's a 10 and a 2. You guys have no idea that Runa is hanging above you like the specter of death. Lilwin, what's your plan here?
Can I hear anybody like right outside the parents' room?
So the door to your parents' room opens up to the dais where the king gives the announcements, and that's where you think the chancellor probably is. Like if you open it up, you'll be like 10 feet behind the chancellor.
Okay.
When you open it up, everyone in the room except the chancellor will know where you are.
Ah, right. Okay.
Because the whole room is facing towards that area.
That's good. That's exactly what I wanted.
Okay, are you opening the door, flinging it open?
Not at the moment.
Okay.
I'm kind of gonna hope somebody else does something first. But I'm gonna like keep listening to hear what's going on.
Wow.
Lean up against the
Amazing.
door.
Mortrick, you're the last one. You're in the bathroom. You're just hanging out in there. What do you do?
Yeah. Just, coming up with plan after plan after plan. All of them guaranteed to succeed.
Yeah.
But to which degree of success?
Yeah.
And I'm not moving. I'm just staying there.
Okay. Cazador, Runa, Rick Jax, I would like all of you to make wisdom saving throws at disadvantage. Lilwin, I'd like you to make a wisdom saving throw. Mortrick, you're fine. You don't even hear the music. The Chancellor takes his ocarina and begins playing it.
Thought it
The
was a
music-
flute.
I'd like to use.
It's an ocarina. It's called Dunslow's Ocarina of Fascination.
Thought it was Dunslow's flute of fascination.
Yeah.
You might be correct, but it is an ocarina.
Okay.
What type
Nope,
of
it's
magic
called
is it?
Dunslow's Ocarina of Fascination and always
God
has
damn
it.
it! I can't even enjoy the symbolic victory.
You guys were saying flute before, but okay.
That's because he's a flute player, and an ocarina is a type of flute.
Oh, is it? Okay.
Can't wait for the. Oh my god, there are so many fails.
Now,
I want to use my inspiration.
Yeah, that's a good call. This is the time to use it. So now
Yeah.
you
Oh,
can
yeah.
regulars.
Where's that?
Okay.
Yeah, I forgot about that.
Can I re-roll that?
No,
What do I do?
nothing. I mean, you're screwed. You've rolled a 7.
okay. So, this is magic, right? So, what type of roll does it take?
Super
Wisdom.
magic.
Okay, so I have gnome cunning, so I get advantage on this save.
All right, so this is just a regular save for
Flat
you.
save. Yeah.
Then
So
you,
is it
you
a?
can double up with.
No, if you advantage and disadvantage, just make it normal.
So this is a stat
Yeah.
wisdom.
Yep.
Okay, so I'll probably click the button twice. So there's one.
All right.
Oh no, there it goes. It goes.
A 1.
Whatever. Whatever.
Wow.
What a stupid game. I'm ready to switch to D&D Beyond 100%.
You can't roll dice on D&D Beyond.
It's still going to be better than this.
Cazador, you're looking around, and basically everyone around you seems to be following the flute. Every movement that the Chancellor makes, they're all following it. At this point, you notice Runa hanging upside down on the ceiling, making the same motions. Rick Jax is completely enthralled. He has stood up from his seat, leaving his jello behind, and is dancing with the music.
Can't touch this. He's doing that side-to-side dance.
And Mortrick is not in the room, right?
Mortrick is not in the room. Like, you are filled with a room full of lunatics and people who have fallen under the thrall of this flute.
And can I see where the Chancellor is?
The Chancellor is sitting on the dais, dead center in the room.
Okay.
So he is right here.
Okay. I stand up and start
Oh, when you stand up, he keeps playing, but there's like an expression on his face, and he's just like, "Oh, it's on." What do you do?
Well, I started dancing. The idea was like I'm
No,
gonna
no, there's no deceiving him now. There's no way he's gonna fall for this.
Okay.
He saw you stand up.
Okay, in that case, how far is he?
Just so you know, it's a step up onto that here. Like you could leap up onto it, but it's difficult terrain. And there's these stairs. So it's 10, 20, 25, 30, 40, 45, 50, 55. It's 60 feet to the Chancellor if you want to make a dash at him.
Right, so I can't do that because I run 25.
You could action search.
Good action surge.
You could run, bonus action dash, action surge, bonus action dash again, and that would get you to the Chancellor with an attack action.
Yeah.
Cazador, you doing it? You doing it?
Let's see. I mean, just trying to think. I guess my Kaz does not know if anyone else can be knocked out of this trance, right?
You have no idea.
Yeah.
You can always experiment. I love this. The princess in her secret cleric garb, holding on to her little rabbit friend.
See the one of Runa and her climbing up the wall. It's awesome.
I definitely saw it. I just didn't say anything about it.
It's
You know
good.
what?
Love it.
You know what, Connor? I'm gonna cut you a break here by going to break and giving you 8 minutes to come up with a plan. Save everyone.
All right. Yeah, that helps.
We'll
Thanks.
be back in about 8 minutes for the second half. Can Cazador literally save the entire Elven Kingdom by himself? Find out when we return, or he has to fight Runa, Rickjax, Lilywin all together, including all of the guards in the room and the King and Queen. No big deal.
Luckily, I brought my plate armor.
You know what plate
That's
armor
funny.
doesn't protect you from?
Yeah.
Spell.
Got
All right.
Or sneak attack.
Oh my goodness, this situation has turned so bad. I can't believe it.
I wanted to drop down before.
I'm not gonna lie. I thought we were attacking before the flute was gonna
That's-
play. That's
yeah,
why I was
so did
listening
I.
to my chances of getting that.
Yeah, I didn't think we would, but I thought I'd be able to get some wax or something. I was trying to go to the kitchen and get some wax to put in my ears.
That's rough. That's rough.
That would have worked, right?
Oh yeah. I mean,
Yeah.
it would have given you some protection. Yes.
Some protection. Right?
Yeah.
Yeah, something.
All right, we'll be back, guys.
I was really hoping my advantage save would help me.
I mean, you didn't have to roll a disadvantage, so.
Yeah.
I mean,
yeah.
rolling a 1 is always bad, and your 2 is also equally bad.
Yeah.
I got no luck, and I forgot the inspiration because I was too shocked about the damn rolls.
So the inspiration wouldn't have been able to do anything there,
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
All right.
because your nominess already gave you advantage, and advantage and disadvantage cancel each other out. It doesn't matter how many of them you have; just having one of each cancels all others out.
Understood. Okay.
What about me?
What about you? I mean, you rolled
Would my inspiration have helped?
a 12 would not have been good enough.
No.
Usually, you want to shoot for like a 13.
13 is pretty standard for around this level.
Okay.
So just to give you a note, that Cazador just barely managed to resist.
Cazador's got to break the spell somehow. I wonder how.
Before you run,
Well, you've got 7 minutes to figure it out. I'm gonna go get a drink.
I just want to clarify. You're saying I got to use 2 action surges or 1 action surge to get?
You have to use what? So your first action has to be dash.
Dash.
Yeah.
So you have to run and dash, and then you have to action surge dash again, and that will leave you with your attack action to attack.
Okay. All right.
Okay.
Yeah. Thank you.
I don't think you have 2 action surges, do you?
No, he doesn't.
Yeah, I didn't think so.
No,
That
I
is
don't.
it.
Yeah. You're right. Okay. Any thoughts, guys? Before you because I'm not exactly.
No.
sure what to do.
No, sometimes you gotta jump in. Jump in. Gotta break
Like
that
I said,
spell.
I thought I was gonna jump down from the ceiling as he started to play, or as he was going to start.
That's
Not
kind of what
Going with it.
that's kind of what my thought was. I was waiting for you to do like jump down something.
Well, I thought, yeah, I mean, I guess you could have if you,
Well, that's what I was going to do. Yeah.
but then he started playing.
But then he was like, okay, so he starts playing. I'm like, fuck!
Yeah, yeah, that kind of caught me by surprise.
Yeah, that's usually that's the kind of thing you've got to like say,
Pre-say.
"Hey, I'm going to." Yeah, when he picks
Got
up the
it.
flute, I'm gonna.
AP
Almost
likes
kind of have to call it like a hold action.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
At least Mortrick is out there and
Oh, Mortrick's got a plan.
waiting in the wings with something.
Oh, it's
Mordrick needs to get off the toilet and do
a great
something.
plan.
Because I could also shoot
Get
like,
her, get off
somebody
the pot, Mort.
with a crossbow and like try and if that would wake them up, but I don't think it would.
Sometimes charm spells will break. They'll get another saving throw if they get hit.
Yeah. I think it's probably better to just go for the attack. Yeah. Okay.
Does that show? There it is.
Luckily,
Oh, I missed
got
it.
That plate arbor. I don't think I
cool.
need to use a dash the second time.
I think to cover the distance.
But if it's 1, 2, 3, 4,
But
5.
you're also there's elevation involved, so you're going up too.
Well, let's say that the elevation is 2 movements. That's 6. So I'm at 6, which is 1 more than my movement. Another dash would put me here. Like if I dash there, it would put me there. I mean, I assume he's right, obviously. Just,
Yeah. If he's gonna get.
He's letting you do it, yeah.
You know what? I would fight him on the rules when he gets back. On everything.
Yeah, we haven't done that very well yet. Fight the rules.
Like, listen, this is my first session. I know how to play this game better than you.
exactly. I was gonna say, yeah. My first campaign, I'm gonna fight AP on the rules. Yeah. Okay. Let me just think if there's anything else I could do.
You're a fighter.
'Cause
You
I-
stack things.
For the first round, I can use a bonus action, right, of some kind.
You can use a bonus action every round.
Yeah, you always get a bonus action.
Well, what I mean before I use the action surge, I can use a bonus action in the first action.
That's your
Yeah.
right.
So you
That's
can
your
literally
proposed
do
dash.
Action, your regular action, and your bonus action, and then you could use your action surge. You can do it in any order you want.
Okay, but then do I get a second bonus action at the end?
You
No,
only get
so
one
your
bonus
action
action
surge
per-
only gives you an action, not a bonus action.
Okay.
Yeah.
Trying to just figure all these, because if I could maybe light a torch and like throw it at you or something. No, that would be an
You're
action.
gonna light him on fire?
Right?
That sounds like a Mortrick plan.
That sounds like a
guys.
more trick on the bridge kind of plan.
Yeah.
Look,
More
this whole
trick on the
room
bridge.
is wooden. It's a whole one big wooden room,
I
right?
couldn't come up with anything else to do, so I just
So I burned the shit to the ground.
Is your action surge a bonus action?
Sorry,
Is your action surge a bonus action?
I think it's maybe. You might be right there. Action surge is a special. It's not a.
Oh, so then you can still do
So
a bonus
you can
action.
still do bonus action, yeah. It just gives you an extra action without taking anything away.
It doesn't really tell me what a bonus action is anyway. So
Well,
A lot of
Like, think
fighters
of it
don't
like
usually use them all that
drawing
much.
a weapon,
it's
right? Like,
yeah.
it's something on the side you can do, because like a round is 6 seconds, so you can move 30 feet. You can take an action such as an attack or cast a spell, and you can take a bonus action. So like as you're moving, you're drawing your blade for your attack, or pumping yourself up with a little speech before you engage the enemy. Like it's just something small that you're doing alongside something else.
but you can't, for instance, kick the weapon if you disarm somebody. He said that was
Yeah,
an
that'd be
action.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's an action.
because that would be something that like you're gonna have to dedicate what you're doing. It's not just something you're kind of like doing on the side while you're doing something
It
else.
may seem like a small action in real life, but in the D&D,
Yeah.
it would be a small action.
Yeah. Yeah.
Unless,
Okay.
Unless specified as a bonus action.
All right. Q.
It's mainly for people with class abilities and spells.
Yeah,
with a specified
fighters don't
bonus
really get
action.
it unless it's action surge or the healing ability.
Or
Second
tonal
one.
fighter. I mean, I have tonal fighter. I can do that at the end of my round.
Yeah, or that. Yeah.
Because basically every round I should be basically doing that, and because
Mhm.
then I can, and I get just extra stuff, whatever.
Yeah.
Anyway, Q. Unfortunately, none of my maneuvers are particularly helpful in this scenario because they were I based all of mine based on like you guys also being in the fight.
Happens.
Yep.
All right. How's everybody doing?
Pretty
I'm
good.
about to die. How are you?
We'll Mort's wishing he had more fiber in his diet, but it's too late for that now.
Should I eat the sushi?
Cotton, you good to keep drawing?
Sure.
All right,
It's
good.
looking great. Like I'm really
Yeah.
enjoying it.
My
Is this-
God, are you professional artists not making fun of Cotton? She was so worried that you guys would come
Wait,
on
you
and
think I'm
harass her work.
Well, I mean, I can understand why people think Connor might do that, but personally,
Are you drawing Kaz right now?
If you're just drawing a dog, maybe.
Yes.
We're back. I have been convinced by the evidence to allow Lillian and Runa to, like Kaz, take one action before they fall under the enchantment. I had not heard you guys discuss the plan to jump on the Chancellor before the flute playing starts.
I
Or
forgot
the
to-
fact that should the flute playing continue or the enchantment continue to some extent, you will be under the spell. But you're ready for it. You're both
Yes.
waiting. You jump in. The three of you, Kazador, Runa, Lilwyn, what do you do when the flute playing starts?
I'm pretty sure Runa's gonna light this place on fire. I heard.
Do we need to roll for initiative or?
No,
I'm going to use.
I'm just gonna tell you, like, if you leap up on the stage, every guard in the room is pretty much gonna react in the way that you think guards would when the royal family gets threatened.
Yeah.
I'm going to use the key point to use Step of the Wind to jump towards him,
Okay, you leap from the
Okay.
ceiling.
knock the flute out of his hand.
Okay, so you're gonna drop 20 feet,
Yeah.
and Step of the Wind allows you to do what?
It doubles my jump distance for one turn.
I'll allow it, especially with Spider Climb.
Yeah.
Okay. You begin fall jumping from the ceiling. Gravity for you is very strange right now. Not only is your head slowly being filled with the sound of flute playing and dancing, but you're heading up and then you're heading down, but it's still up for you.
Pretty awesome. Not gonna lie,
I need you to make an attack
Okay.
at disadvantage to specifically target the flute.
Bust out.
You're going for his ocarina.
Let's do it. Let's do it. 2 nat 20s. How hard
Before
is that?
you roll,
Yeah.
would you like to use your inspiration?
Yes.
Very well.
It's a good idea.
Now I'll need you to make a regular roll. You will hit the flute with your fist.
Yeah.
It does not break, nor does it get completely out of his hands.
Can I use a bonus action, or will I already use my key point to double jump?
I mean, you have more key points, right?
Yeah.
You're
I
not
use a key
limited
point
to the number of
So you've
key
only
points.
used 2 key points so far, if I recall.
Yeah.
So
You're
how many
not
key
limited
points
to
do you
four
have?
rounds.
I think I only used one because she gave me the spider climb ability.
That's true. You didn't dash back. Okay.
Yeah.
You're gonna bonus action real quick to.
To push him, to grab the flute and push him away from it.
So let's see here. Step of the Wind is. So unfortunately, you can use Step of the Wind bonus action. Okay, so you use Step of the Wind solely for the jump distance doubling. You
Yes.
didn't use it as part of your bonus action, so you still have a bonus action. You can still Flurry of Blows.
I do that.
These, however, are at disadvantage.
Okay. I get 2 punches. Is that right?
Yes.
Oof, not 20.
Well, but I need you to roll again because it's
Oh yeah, that's right.
disadvantage.
No.
So your second attack's gonna miss, and your first attack also misses. Because you have 8s on all of them.
Wow, dude.
So you're like
Screw you, Sweden.
you're punching him, and he's like, ah! Little one, you fling open the doors. Everyone around you is like starting to move real weird. Everyone looks at the stage and they're like, is that the princess? Cazador's getting up out of his chair. Runa is falling from the ceiling right now. You recognize Rick Jack's like standing up, hammer river dancing. He looks like a World of Warcraft character. At some point, his whole body unnaturally does a 360-degree turn. While high stepping, you're just like, what? That's not physically possible.
Breakdancing is back.
What do you want to do? You're 10 feet behind the Chancellor. He's on the other side of the massive throne dais that is your parents. Your dad and your mom are sitting on the bench that the Chancellor should be sitting on. Just looking around like super weirded out, but kind of jamming with the groove.
So the first thing I want to do is open the door, obviously. Well, you said I did that, never mind. And then
Doors
I want
open.
to turn into a wolf and try to grab the ocarina.
Sure, you just turn into a wolf. Great. You run along.
This isn't Legend of Zelda at all.
As Runa is like trying to punch for the ocarina, you leap over top of the Chancellor. Your wolf body is on his head, and he's like, and then you reach your massive wolf jaws down and try to rip the ocarina away. Make your attack at disadvantage.
I have pack tactics, which gives me advantage.
Sure.
Yeah.
Okay, you just make a normal roll then.
Do it.
Man, that's a good pick. That's a very good pick. Oh, and Runa's part of your pack now.
Yeah.
Yep, you hit the ocarina. Make a damage roll.
Give us that sweet, sweet damage.
9 points of damage. Cazador.
All right,
You
I'm
see the
dashing.
doors open behind the Chancellor. Runa is falling from the ceiling. A wolf is leaping over the throne. What do you do? Shit is... You have no idea what's happening. Shit is getting fucking unreal in here.
Yeah, I'm dashing forward, and I think I'm gonna end it there.
Okay?
Wherever my dash ends me.
Yep, that would end you right about there. Right, you managed to leap up onto the stage.
Okay.
The king and the queen are looking very shocked at your scandalous weapon drawn run towards the stage.
Sir, we mean no harm. We are your this chancellor has you under a spell.
Make a persuasion roll at disadvantage.
Okay.
Connor's just gonna be like, 2 nat 20s, no problem, Arthur. Nope, double 11s. All right. The king is just like, a spell. No, what? Guards, seize him! Ortrick, what are you doing in the bathroom? You suddenly hear some flute playing at a distance.
I do hear the flute playing in the distance.
It's not. There's no magical effect to you at this distance.
Okay, all right. I've been waiting for the flute playing, so when I hear the flute playing stop, I'm gonna head back towards the room.
Okay, the flute playing stops. You start heading towards the room.
Sorry.
Lilwyn, you've thrown the flute 10 feet away from the Chancellor. He's trying to get up with Runa standing in front of him, and you're over top of him. And he's like, "You fools! You don't know what you've done! Get your wolf off of me, Runa!"
No.
That ocarina is cursed.
No,
Demon magic.
idiots! Yes, the ocarina is magical. And he starts like stomping towards the ocarina. He's like, "I must continue playing. The security of the world depends on it."
I'll push him away.
Okay, make a strength check versus him.
Strength.
Okay, yeah. I mean, he's a half elf man, but he's rather thin and low in weight. You push him out of the way very easily, and he's just like, "What are you doing? Are you some ruffian? Guards, seize this woman at once!" The guards are like super confused. They're halfway towards Cazador, halfway towards Runa, and they're just like, "What?"
Do I remember what we're supposed to do with the ocarina? We're supposed to break it, or are we supposed to grab it and?
Well, the last time you had that meeting with the bird, right? You met up with the bird. Gave you a note. Mechanical bird.
You burned it.
And I remember that note.
Yes, remember the
You
note.
make an intelligence check real quick. You very specifically burned it.
So that I could remember.
Well, that the game allows you to attempt to remember. Okay, 16. Yeah, that'll. Okay. You recall that your purpose here is to gather the 5 items that seal the Demon Lord.
Right.
Breaking this thing would be
Would
very
unseal
bad.
it. Got it.
Would start unsealing the Demon Lord. You also know that you've been warned to never allow Morfric to use the flute.
I remember that part. Yeah.
Yeah, of course you do. The Chancellor is just like, "Stop pushing me around. If these people snap out of the enchantment, we're going to have a lot of problems, all of us."
You will have a lot of
So,
problems.
You don't understand. The king and the queen are fools. They are idiots that have been wasting all of the resources of the kingdom on stupid parties. The world is turning to darkness all around us. You could see the shadows rising at the edge of the land. The empire is moving on our kingdom, and they were going to sit here and piss it all away. And he's like trying to get past you. He's like, "I must play the flute. We must defend ourselves. We must prepare for the end. You know nothing of the Demon Lord."
you are disloyal. And then I pick up the flute and Can I pick up the ocarina? Where is it exactly?
Okay, I need you to make a wisdom saving throw real quick, Cazador, when you pick up the flute.
All right.
A 3. Cazador,
You have no idea where it is.
everything around you stops. Your heart isn't beating. You don't need breath. So, you're Cazador White Knuckle. You hear a voice in your mind. And you know that though you can't breathe or speak, you can respond with your thoughts.
Yes, I am, demon, and we're coming for you.
Are you? It would seem that you are not, in fact, coming for me.
Maybe not right now.
It would
We
be
will-
wiser for you to destroy this planet.
Oh, no such thing. We need this. We need this ocarina.
It would seem that my apprentice has led the world astray, then. You, Cazador White Knuckle, you are not like your companions. You do not lack for patience, nor time. For you are an old creature, a dwarf. However, what you lack is courage. You are always running from one place to another. I can give that to you, Cazador. The courage to face your enemies with overwhelming might. To never feel fear again. To rebuild the White Knuckle dynasty. Why serve as one of its youngest members when you can rule over your companions?
I'll take no shortcuts from a demon.
The new elder of the White Knuckle clan. Father of a generation.
It's my wish, but I would not take it from a demon.
Are you racist against demons too?
Perhaps in time you will regret this, Cazador. But for now, I will respect your wishes. If we speak again, perhaps you will be more receptive. And then you're able to speak again as time restarts.
What?
So that's the kind of creature you've been dealing with, Chancellor.
Chancellor just looks at you. He's like, "What?
This demon, the demon that speaks through this ocarina, only speaks lies."
What are you talking about?
When I picked up the ocarina, I spoke with the demon just now.
He looks just completely confused.
Don't try and lie to all of us. You've had everyone under a spell. There have been no paladins through here. I'm sure of it now.
So the king is like standing up, and he looks around, and he's just like, "Why is there a wolf on the dais?" Remington Dunslow, what are you doing in my chair? And why am I wearing this awful hideous